What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What is your teachability index? What's your teachability index? Hurry up and share this video. Abdul Kul Tafalatat, Wabazung, Gamafaragun, Shalel Kulum. I am in the love of all, and all love is in me. I am a part of all, and all is a part of me. And I am one with all, and all is one with me. And I can succeed as a part of all and fail as an individual. I can be all that I wish in all, as long as my wish is to stay in all. I am never alone. All is, I am. All can, I can. All does, I do. Istinje, Ilaku. We honor and respect the masters that came before us and strive to follow in their example. Honesty to myself and others at all times. Humility in thought, words, and deeds of those above and beneath me. Patience. I will put the needs of others before that of my own, but not the greedy. Sincerity. I will fear only my lack of sincerity. What up, what up? Please share this video with 2 people. Press 2 if you've already shared the video. If you are on Instagram, we definitely appreciate you. And if you're over here on Facebook, please see if you can get a couple of folks to come through. What is your teachability index? So, I'm Coach Khayr, Team Taurus, Atlanta, Georgia. Who are you? If you on this joint, please let me know who you rocking with. What's your zodiac sign? What's your zodiac team? Which is your ego? Let me know your ego, and then let me know what city and state you repping so I can see where everybody is at. What up, Zephany? All right, I see ATL, Team Libra is in the building. I'm going to invite a couple of people. I'm going to tell you the story. So does anybody remember Kevin Trudeau? He's a white dude. He's locked up in prison now for not paying his taxes. And he did he had a class up in the mountains of New Zealand or Switzerland or something for the weekend, and it was $10,000 a head, right? And he had like heads of state, kings, emperors, all of that in. He had all these places, he had all these people there that you could interact with if you were there for the 3-day class, right? So in this 3-day class, it was $10,000 to come to this class. And if it was you and your wife, it was $20,000. There were no discounts. And everything that he talked about, him talking, he recorded. And then he put it on CDs, and you left with the recording so you could go over it for homework. But he would pause. He would teach for like 30 minutes or 45 minutes or an hour. Then he would cut the recording off, and you would go off in a breakout session with some of the other professionals, and high-end people that he had there. And he was talking about different learning styles that these people have been using for years. What up, Samantha? What I do, Alice? Press 2 if you've already shared this video. Hey, Karen. What up, Team Capricorn is in the building. I see you, JB. And peace, Cameron. So, in 2012, sometime in 2012 2012, somebody gifted me the whole set. Right? And this is what it looks like. Your wish is your command. And it's a 10-disc set. Now, people, this is full of energy because people paid $10,000 per head to be there live and interact. Right? Now, you can go on YouTube and you can find it and play it. You might be able to, go get the whole set. I have it myself here, but I also have it in a Dropbox. I don't know if you want to listen to it. Let me know. We work something out. But one of the things he says at the very beginning is your teachability index. And I feel where I'm at right now, I'm looking for people with a high score in their teachability index. Has anybody ever heard of a teacher? If you've heard of teachability index or you have an ideal of what it is, press 1. If you've never heard of teachability index, press 0. What up, Red Fox? How you doing, cutie? If you've never heard of teachability index, press 0. If you have heard of Teachability Index or you have an idea of what it is, please press 1. Do I believe in the 13 sign astrology? I don't believe in nothing. I know about the 13 sign astrology. Yes. So a high teachability, let's talk about Teachability Index, right? What up, Skibo? So your Teachability Index is how you learn. Are you teachable? So a lot of times you wonder why you in the state you in being, but you're not able to receive a lesson because you can't get out of your own way. You're stuck in a self-sabotage type of pattern where when somebody's trying to teach you, you are not receiving it because you really either don't know how to receive it or it's not coming the way that you romanticize that it would come to you when this person is talking to you or teaching you something. Like you're teaching me how to make a quiche, but you just so happen to be raising your voice. Yeah, but what's your teachability index? Are you even able to receive this master chef? When you look at Hell's Kitchen, this dude is yelling at everybody, but when he finishes with you, it's marvelous. Gandhi, we don't know if Gandhi ever raised his voice, but we think Gandhi may have always spoken in an even tone or Osho and got over to a lot of people. But your teachability index is what is your ability to comprehend new information and then go out there and do something with it. Because sometimes when you hear something, it can be fascinating, and then you turn around and sit on it and don't make no action. Peace, Kendra Bacon. What up? Press 2 if you shared this video. If you invited 2 people on Instagram, press 2. If you shared this on your Facebook, press 2 on here. Because don't come asking me for something later and you couldn't even share the video on your page. Especially if you got all these zeros on here. Thank you, Jennifer Brown, for the compliment. What up, Rolanda Smith? Most people aren't diverse enough to be open to differences in things that may be new to them. Why? Okay. Let me help you to help you raise your score in Teachability Index. Because for me, where I'm at, I really don't want to deal with anybody that has less than a 7 in a Teachability Index. Because I'm pulling teeth. I'm pulling teeth trying to convince them the benefit of them learning something from me. When I go someplace to a teacher or a class, I try to go in there 8, 9, 10 on teachability. On my worst day, I'm at an 8 teachability index. Sometimes that's why I like more one-on-one. Even when I get frustrated in a classroom situation, I was in my options class last week. Thursday and Friday was magnificent. And then Saturday started to get a little difficult. You know what I did? I woosah'd it out. Even though there's no such thing as woosah. Woosah is some garbage. Of course, somebody would now come to the door and drop something. I think this is a package I'm waiting on. Yes, baby. Appreciate it, big brother. Ow! Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. Oh, when I get packages, I start opening them right away. I can teach at the same time and open the package. I love Amazon, and I can't wait till next year this time when I have my trucks. And we out here working and delivering for Amazon. Y'all probably like, what did Coach get? Don't you like watching people when they get gifts? So let me get back to it. You can, I don't feel like pulling teeth. What up, Omaria? Team Virgo in the building. I don't feel like pulling teeth when it comes to me sharing. People say I'm a teacher. I think I'm a sharer. I'm a explorer. Right now, I've been listening to and working with brother Kalinde E, that is on my show on Wednesday nights. Not tonight though, because I got a basketball game. But we've been talking about the magic mushroom, and he's also a martial artist as well, right? And so I black light. Excuse me. If you're going to be a scientist, you got to be a scientist, player. I thought I only ordered one of these, but I actually ordered 3 of these. But it's okay. I'm going to use all 3 of them. So I'm going to tell you a story about having a teachability index, because sometimes, like when I'm into something, the sister asked me about the 13 signs, right, earlier. And when I first started studying astrology, I was like, 13 signs, that's a bunch of garbage, blah, 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 blah. But I was missing stuff because my teachability index was low, right? So when I changed that, I was able to learn and be even more expansive in my knowledge of astrology. So when you get people who says it's 13 signs and tropical is wrong, or I'm a Vedic and tropical is wrong, or I do tropical and so is wrong, or I do cosmophysics and everybody else is wrong, them people don't have a high teachability index. And that's okay. But that's where they're at. And the best thing for you to do is stay out of people's way when they show you where they're at. Right. So when you're dealing with your, so the other day I made a video called "Where's Your Mentor?" Did anybody see that video? Press 5, raise your hand. Press 5 if you saw the video I did the other day called "Where's Your Mentor?" And how many of y'all think y'all know what a mentor is? So if you didn't see the video, that's okay. Just press 0. Press 5 if you saw the video. And what do you think is a mentor? Because that video, I thought that video was hot. Like, I had some stuff on my mind because I was like, man, you need a guide to show you the way. A lot of you folks out here, I've always been 100% against people who are always talking about you don't need no mentor, nobody needs to teach you or nothing like that. You can just get it yourself, right? And so I was like, how many people have a mentor? Do you even need do you even know that you need a mentor? The black light, baby. We'll talk about what I'm using this for later, right? So, so I did the video talking about, do you have a mentor? And the difference between a mentor and a coach and, different things and a teacher, right? So a mentor is someone who can guide and teach you. Ooh, Miss Chandler, I know you're my mentor and proud of it. Skibo says, Miss Spink Nally said, I know I need a mentor in 2 areas. So a couple of y'all didn't see it. So those of you who didn't see it or you did see it, what do you think is a mentor, right? Now, Skibo been knowing me for over 20 years. So this story that I'm about to tell him is going to mess him up. And Skibo is my homeboy. He helped me get where I'm at as far as on this live and television and YouTube and stuff like that. But Skibo thinks a whole lot of me and admires my intelligence. He tells people that I'm intelligent and I know some stuff. And I do know some stuff. But I know not to be hard-headed like some other people me and him know in common, where you can't tell them nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I did the video. I did the post. I was talking about mentor. Ali B says, I do need a mentor. I've always open to learning more. A mentor, Vanessa says, a mentor is someone who is on a path that you are interested in, following yourself, that can guide you and give advice, experience. Munashi says, I have 4 mentors, all in different backgrounds. A mentor is someone you relinquish your prior teaching to in order to learn new ways of being. I definitely need a mentor. So all of that's wrong. All of that's what we think it is. Just like the definition of love, we have all these different definitions. The definition of trust, we have all these definitions. And 2 or 3 days ago, I would have agreed with all of y'all about you close, but let me narrow it down for you, right? Sometimes it can be helpful to a certain extent, but you are responsible for your own enlightenment. Right. Sort of. I don't even fully totally agree with you responsible. you at the end of the day, you're responsible, but there are people out here who also are here to assist you with your enlightenment, like me. You know what I'm saying? Like a Sister Myra, like a Kalinde EE, like a Dr. Gibson. But I can't blame them if I don't get my enlightenment. So just let me get into the story, right? So I posted up, I do the video, boom, the next day, I'm on the phone with Kalinde. Private conversation. They ain't getting ready to go into all of what we were talking about. But he asked me, he says, hey, do you know what a mentor is? I was like, this is very strange. Why would you be asking me what my definition of a mentor is? So obviously he saw my post on Facebook. Big shouts out to Kalinde EE. Y'all don't even really understand like how dope he is. And he's crazy dope. And I know a mentor is one that is able to teach and able to at the same time learn new things. I need a mentor. Boy, all of y'all who writing this stuff, I set you up because I'm finna give you this, these facts. So coaches ask questions to help you plan where you are going and what you want. Mentor shows you how to implement the answers. Now, I always disagree with that. A mentor will let you follow him while he do his thug thizzle. He can't show you how to implement what you got by just doing what he does because y'all don't have the same astrological chart. A mentor is somebody that my thinking used to be a mentor is somebody that you follow and you see what they're doing and you're trying to emulate some of the ways that they got going on. But if you don't have their resources or their knowledge base, you can't implement that because that's not your experience, right? So I was like, yeah, but a coach, I'm a coach. I'm going to get in there and be like, yo, let me see what your learning style is. I'm a teacher and I'm a coach. Let me design something for you. I'm a strategist. And as a matter of fact, I come to find out I'm a spiritual pharmacist. I'm the spiritual pharmacist. I write prescriptions for your spiritual growth. That's what I do. So Kalinde gets on the phone. He starts telling me this story about the Battle of Troy and the Trojan horse. So how many of you know about the Battle of Troy and the Trojan horse? Press 5 again. Have you heard about the Trojan horse? Well, they brought it in as a gift. They had all these people on the inside because they couldn't get in the walls. When they let the things, when they got inside and closed the wall, they opened up the horse and the army went there and they took over. How many of y'all know that story? What up, Carl Thomas? Amsel was in the building. So, okay, y'all know about the Trojan, y'all know about the Trojan horse, right? So the general of the army that was inside of the Trojan horse had a son, had a long Trismegistus or something like that. And before he left to go to war, he left his son with a dude named Mentor. So the word mentor is a man, a Greek man. Listen what I'm telling you. Go check it out. The general leaves his son with a man named Mentor. And he says, look after my son, teach him the mysteries of manhood, including sexuality. But he was giving Mentor permission to have a homosexual relationship with his son. Right. And that's where you get all of that particular homosexuality and all these statues of these men with these teachers. And they were like, oh, that's my mentor. So in the Greek persona, if you said, oh, that's my mentor, yeah, he was showing you the ways of manhood, but you were also having a sexual relationship with your older male teacher. And so the word in Greek synonymously also went with homosexual relations and teaching. Yeah. Eptomology. I love eptomology. So guess what? Did I argue and start telling Kalinde, no, wait a minute, I got my definition. What you talking about? Ain't no way. I just got finished making this long video talking about what a mentor is and people was watching it and blah, 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 blah. No, I shut my mouth and was like, you won't never hear me use that word again. I ain't nobody's mentor, and I don't want no mentor. Holler. Especially no men. What? So, Skibo, don't consider me your mentor. I don't want nobody on here considering me, especially no man considering me your mentor. I have 4 different people helping me, a coach, a mentor, and a couple of guides. Excuse me, I just got finished giving you the definition of a mentor. Is one of them, if you're a female, and you use the word mentor, you're talking about you having a homosexual relationship with your teacher as they show you and teach you things. You can teach me without having a homosexual relationship. So I asked them with a high teachability index, I said, yo, so what's the word? I couldn't even get it out my mouth because I'm just stuck, right? He says, in the Gambian village of Africa, it's called a Jenga. Everybody type Jenga. I don't know if it's Jenga or Jinga. Jenga, or it might be Genga or Ginga. He said it's the same thing with no sexual relations. So son, give me a Jenga. Right. Give me a Jenga, or give me a teacher, or give me a guide, or give me a coach. But I ain't throwing mentor around no more. Oh, I'm going to go and I'm going to do my research, but I promise you, my teachability index had to be high to receive correction. Because I'm a teacher with a large following, and here another teacher was correcting me, and they got a large following. Guess what? I ain't bumped my head. Fall back. See, your fallback game. Having a high teachability index means opening up to all possibilities. Do you got a fallback game? Or do you know everything? Or do you go and try to tell the teacher how they need to teach you? Amaria said, what about your past life wives? I don't know what you mean, Amaria. I love my past life wives. That's another video. How much time do I got on this one? I got a couple minutes. I got y'all on the clock today because I got things to do. So I might get into my past life wives. Yeah. We had the discussion in my study group a few years ago. I'm going to have sex with my past life wives if they want to. Coach, oracle, guide, guards. Right. Miss Chandler says, I'm looking it up now. That's what I'm saying. But here's what you go look up. Go look up. Why is that on there like that? Turn it back around. Go look up Trojan Horse Mentor or Battle of Troy Mentor. Because you got to look up in perspective. Because if you look at the dictionary, they're going to tell you whatever their definition is to continue to give you the wrong programming. You ain't got to fire her. You just got to tell her you're going to address her differently. Is she serving a purpose? I mean, are you firing her because y'all having sex or what? I'm just joking, but I'm kind of serious. What you firing her for? Because she calls herself a mentor? The other day I was calling myself a mentor. Teachability index means, boom, something comes in, I learn it, now I can apply it today. I don't need a week or nothing like that. Right. Go look it up. What up, Gwen Maul? M-A-U-L. Peace to the family. If you just got here on Facebook, press 2 if you shared the video. If you just got here on Instagram, press 2 if you're going to invite 2 people. Snow squalling warning here in New Jersey. All right. Well, it's cold outside, but we ain't getting no snow. But they let all the kids out. Team Gemini in Ohio, what it do? This is one of my past lives, Cassandra of Troy. Okay. And I like how she said one of your past lives. So the reason, so I just wanted to share what is the teachability index of people. Because one way that you will know that you are that'll keep you away from having a 10 on your teachability index is how argumentative are you when you are, do you debate the teacher when the teacher's trying to teach? All right, because if you're debating the teacher, you have a low, you have a low teachability index, like a 1, 2, 3, something like that, less than 5. So how you gonna get something? All the greats had high teachability indexes. All your Kemetic systems, Chinese systems, all the systems, everybody had high teachability indexes. Because you couldn't get into the temple unless you had respect, unless you were honorable, unless you showed integrity, unless you showed humility. So having the more humility, the more integrity you have, the more you understand you got 2 ears and 1 mouth, that's moving up into high teachability index. But to go like in a kung fu movie, I'm going to fight the teacher can beat me, then I'm going to study up under the teacher. No, fool. You got a low teachability index. So for me in business, since I'm a teacher, I have to come up with who is my ideal client. So in anything that you do, let's say you sell dry erase boards and pens, or you sell scissors. This is a business tip for all of you entrepreneurs out there. If you're an entrepreneur, press 3. Let me see. Raise your hand. Let me see the 5 again for the entrepreneurs. Raise your hand if you're an entrepreneur. Tantra Man, what it do? Team Scorpio, California, I see you. What's happening? House of Ascension. Woo! I think I've been to your store. Do you have a store like a candle store? House of Ascension? Like, do you have a bodega? It's got a black sign outside on the front sidewalk. I think I know who you are. How do I know my past lives? Hold on, I'm going to get to that. I think my folks learned about the brother you were talking about at an ASCAC conference. Also checked out the myth of Ganymedes. I don't know who that is. I never know too much is what Ali says, always absorbing for information. I listen and take it in. Yes, God, listen more than speaking to learn. For sure. Silent listen, same letters. Okay, so if you're an entrepreneur, you need to know who is my ideal client for these pair of orange scissors that are smaller than my hand. Who's my ideal client? So I got to identify that before I start trying to sell to people. People who don't have money, or people who don't know they need office supplies, then I'll need to sell these to them. But as an entrepreneur and I'm a teacher, my ideal client or my ideal person I'm trying to help is somebody with a high teachability index, or at least like a 6.8. But I'm looking for 7, 8, 9, 10 in my ideal situation. If you don't, just go away. I don't need you, because I don't want no headache money. Everybody say no headache money. If you're an entrepreneur, you do not want any. You don't want any headache money. I don't want no headache. I'm not taking no headache. I used to take headache money, meaning that I was so after the money from everybody. Jokers couldn't even listen to what I was telling them. So guess what? I cut it out. On the spiritual path, your teachability index needs to be high so you don't have to make the mistakes that your teacher made. Also, your teachability index needs to be kind of high because you need to add discernment in there. Do I even need to be messing with this person in the first place? Am I open to what is being taught at the time? What up, Victoria? Thank you for joining us. You have to be willing to come with an empty cup. Now, the empty cup piece, who said that? Andrea Rucker. Woo! The empty cup piece is like when you at a 9-10. When you at a 9-10, then your cup is empty. Then things can roll so much easier on how I can teach you, because you're not mixing some other teacher. Let me tell you, the worst thing that you can do when you go to class and you learn from somebody is ask them about what somebody else quoted. I'm in a stock class or options class or Forex class and somebody's telling me about how to do this system. I don't need to come in there and say, well, Kramer said so-and-so over here. Or if I'm over here, this person is teaching me some astrology, and I turn around and say, Ra Aku said this, Sister Myra said that, Mitchell Gibson said that. Yo, I ain't asking you. I'm here to learn from you today with an empty cup. One of the biggest things you can do to make your cup full, especially on this conscious or spirituality path, when I'm about to write all of you a prescription today before I go, because the time is running low. See how much time we got left? Is leave your YouTube knowledge outside in the hallway. Nobody's going to pick it up. It's yours. Leave your YouTube stuff that you learn or think you know in the hallway. That's why humility is the second virtue. Honestly to myself and others at all times. Humility is in thoughts, words, and deeds to those above and beneath me. That means if you're going to the teacher, then you need to be expressing humility with an empty cup so they can put something in there. If your cup is full because you bringing a bunch of stuff to compare, well, coach, I know you teach Tai Chi, but you know, Chris Enlighten, he be doing the Chi Sao. Is the Chi Sao like the push hands? Because this feels sort of similar. You all in your head. Low teachability index is somebody who's always in their head. High teachability index is someone who's willing to empty their cup and practice what's being taught. You got to trust the teacher if you're going to have a high teachability index. But most of the time, you don't trust the teacher. You don't really trust yourself. God led you to the teacher where you at. Divine providence, the nature of things, the universe, whatever you want to say, spirit, ancestors, led you to the exact place where you're at. It's really a mathematical computer. Oh, boy, since I've been messing with Kalindi, he done opened me up so much to like where this program is actually coming from. You've been thinking to look up or look out. You ain't looking in to the fractal. And in the fractal village where the, how do I say this, where the computers are operating that are running this whole hologram, you're not even looking at what's running this hologram. Chris Enlighten, ain't my fault. But guess what? If they got high teachability, then they are ready for that information. But if they not, then what can I do? All I can do is just sit back. I can sit back and keep my headache free and connect with those people who it's a good fit for us. And that's the piece. Connect with people that are a good fit for you. If you have a high teachability index, then you'll connect with the right teachers. If you're a teacher, you should still maintain a high teachability index because we all gonna need a guide. If the archangels come down, if Metatron come down or Raphael come down and want to give me some information, and I ain't got no teachability index, I ain't got no high teachability index, then what I'm going to get? Slaughtered. Bang, bang. I'm going to get banged up. I ain't looking to get banged up. Also, I'm going to tell you what also helps deter your teachability index is comparing comparing while you're trying to learn. Don't do that. Excuse me. I can't tell you what to do. I'm just a spiritual pharmacist. I'm going to write down on your prescription. It's highly, you know how on the bottom of the jar, it says don't operate heavy machinery or don't mix this with alcohol. But jokers still do it anyway. They'll take the medicine and drive anyway. Take the medicine while they're on the machine. Take the medicine and drop some alcohol or some beer with it and be like, I'm okay. I know my body. You ain't following the prescription. And that's okay. It ain't on the pharmacist because the label is on there. So that makes me, I ain't attached to the karma that you're going to get of that. Because I told you, I highly suggest that while you're learning from one person, one teacher, do not compare that in your head with somebody else that taught you something somewhere else. And look at there goes a nice little alarm to tell me that 30 minutes is up and that's a good stopping point for today. Anybody got any comments, questions, or feedback on anything that we covered today? If you need to come on the screen real quick, I will leave it. I'll stay here for like 5 more minutes, and then you can come on and ask me a personal question, because this is what I like to do, and maybe I could write you a personal prescription today. Because I've been saying I'm Coach Khayr, but I'm actually Coach Khayr, the spiritual pharmacist. Boy, I love that, because I'm making it simple. You just look at it and just follow instructions. It's your astrology chart. It's what the I Ching says. It's what the destiny card said. You know what I'm saying? It's what the intuition has led you to say. It's what your own words have said. You ain't following your prescription. Thank you for the hearts. You are where you are. You are who you are. You are who you are when you came here. The House of Ascension. The most important thing I've learned from you is that growth is the purpose and everything else is the result. Oh my God. We talked about that today to my client. He thought he had an obligation to all these bums in his life that he was calling family members. This is a bonus lesson, so listen up. You're going to have some dark souls that are blood related to you or living under your roof that are actually bums posing as family, and you think that you owe them something, but you don't. You think that you don't want to disappoint them, or you don't want to let them down because you gave them your word on something. You already lost already, because they're manipulating you for you to keep doing what you are doing while they do nothing. While they do nothing. Team Aries in the building. I see you. What up, 313 Hazel Eyes? Peace to the fam. If you got a family of bums around you, or bums anywhere, and they're attached to you, them jokers is bringing you dark energy, disease, wall of suffering activity, like all type of ridiculousness. You don't have to go for it, but you can, because growth is the purpose, everything else is the result. You can grow down into darkness. You can grow up into enlightenment, but it's all based off of choice. Chris Enlighten, what is it? Limitations you argue with, you get to keep. Is that it? Can I get everybody to type that? Limitations you argue with, you get to keep. Limitations you argue with, is that it? Or conflicts you arguing with, internal things that you arguing with, you get to keep. If you just came on here, please press 2 and share the video. Also express yourself. I'm Coach Khayr, Team Taurus, Atlanta, Georgia. Who are you? What your team zodiac, and what city and state are you representing? What country are you representing? You're coming on here watching this video, somebody else needs to see it. Oh, when you fight for your limitations, you get to keep them. That's it. And some people out here brawling, got on a mean face, and got scissors and they'll stab you. Get away from me. Don't. And you fighting for your limitations, you get to keep them. How many of y'all are fighting for your limitations? You don't want to change. When you fight for your limitations, that shows you got a low teachability index. All you have to do is just ask yourself, am I fighting for my limitations? These things that don't serve me no more. Am I fighting for them? When you fight for your limitations, you get to keep them. Why in the hell would I want to be fighting for my limitations? Yeah, ain't happening. And you find, and the people around you that you need to get rid of, that's what they're doing. They're fighting for their limitations. They go to war for their limitations, but won't go to war to expand. Like me, I go to war to expand on you. Peace to the God. Bill Double in the building. Cancer in the house. One of the dopest artists ever. He just nasty with the pen, and I call him Radar from Planet from MASH. That Kevin Self-Esteem Haywood. Y'all better get y'all a 5%er like that. He one of the brothers that done help me keep my teachability index high. He'll call me and say, yo, just vibing. You always got something good to say. Boo, 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 boo. But when I finish and he give me the feedback, guess what? I got my ear pressed to the phone. I get irritated if this Bluetooth ain't working right. If the phone is breaking up. Oh, I can't hear you. Wait, what'd you say? What'd you say? You gotta have a talk heavy. What it do? You gotta have a high teachability. You gotta have a high teachability index if you want to get somewhere out here. Stop fighting for your limitations. Stop worrying about what people think, say, or feel about you. That's a high teachability index? Come on, you can type this one. What other people think, say, or feel about me is none of my business. What people think, feel, or say about me is none of my business. What people think, feel, or say about me is none of my business. I'm going to be dope anyway. Listen, man, it's some jokers that have called Coach Khayr asshole and all types of other names, rude, yada, yada, yada. And guess what? I keep on being dope. Karen said, how do you get rid of them if it's your parent, Coach? You don't stay up under their roof? Do you stay at their house? Karen, if you're willing to talk about it, can you get on screen right now? Are you willing to talk about it? Let's talk about it right now. Hey, Shanta Moore. Right. What other people think, feel, or say about you is none of my business. What up, Team Leo? Shanta, are you willing to get on the screen and talk about that? She asked a good question. What if it's a parent that's a dark soul that's holding you back? What do you do? Who's had problems with you outgrowing the beliefs that your parents had on you when you was a child? Press 5. Let me see how many 5s I get. How many of you on here have outgrown the limitations that your parents put on you as you grew up, but in some way you feel that they kind of are still around you and you don't move and shake like that because of what your parents kind of put on you? So you ain't really walking with your chest out and your shoulders back. You walking with your chest in and your shoulders up, your hand in between your legs, and no swagger. Parents are no exception. Your aunt, uncle, who cares? Listen, you can take it all the way from the streets and give them all the finger and keep it moving. Or you can say, I love you, but I got to move on. I love you, but I got to move on. You're going to have to side. You're going to have to watch out. A lot of y'all know that you ain't got your parents. High teachability index depends on what your level of honesty can be too. Can you say my mama is the problem? I ain't dissing what she did for me, but she the problem. My mama's the problem. My wife's the problem. My child's the problem. I'm out here sacrificing for my child so they can have You stupid. Hey, if you on my squad and you doing what you're supposed to be doing, you got a high level of teachability, and we roll together, guess what? I sacrifice for you all the way down the line. But you think you just supposed to come up here and just lay up on my couch and eat out my refrigerator and I'm doing all the work, and then you just want to come up and lay up and do whatever? And then you give it to them, then you the one stupid, not them. You don't get your head if you get your head caved in, you get your head caved in. You must be able to say, my mama was dead wrong. You ain't got to get in her face and tell her she dead wrong. Just keep it moving. Just keep it moving. But you're going to have that one time, you're going to have to get some balls, stick your chest out, pull your shoulders back and be like, hey, fall back with that. Because you can't pull that mama rank on everything. Because sometimes parents have low teachability indexes. They can't learn nothing because I'm the parent. I can say what I want to say. I already know everything. I made it this far. I didn't go to jail. I raised you. You didn't do a good job of raising me. You didn't do a good job of raising me. Now, some stuff out here I got jacked up on that we definitely can tie back to how you was teaching and raising me, and some things that you neglected or some things that you didn't get popped off. Yeah, man, but you're going to have to be ready to get that popped. Get that on there. Nephew, what it do? I just let my dad know I got me made for a great conversation after that was cleared up. Cha-ching. Okay, I hope all this was good for everybody, whoever's on here. Thank you so much. Please let me know what was the big thing that you took from this today that you can apply today or tomorrow on the level of 1 to 10. What would you give me on my share today? And thank you all for sharing. If you just got here, please press 2. If you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. I found you in peace. I'm going to leave you in prayer. 1 to 10. 10 is keep on doing this. 1 is don't say nothing no more. She says, oh my God, sound like you on the phone with us. Nah, I done already done this myself in my own life. I done already wrote this prescription myself. Parents speak from their level of understanding. Yeah, but sometimes a turtle can give birth to a giraffe. That's why I say wisdom shall come from the mouths of babes. Sometimes a turtle can give birth to a giraffe. Your parents are looking at things like turtles, and you're a giraffe, and you're looking at things from a different angle. Just be that. Divine Queen, one love. I see you. We love you more. I love y'all more. When you say don't compare, can you expand on that? I mean, the truth is the same for everyone. No, it's not. The truth is not the same for everyone. But their expression of it, wisdom, is self-styled. Why isn't that okay for the understanding that you strive for? Because the truth isn't the same for everyone. That means everybody got the same astrological chart, Carmen. Everybody got the same fingerprint. Everybody got the same spiritual destiny. Your truth ain't my truth. Nope. my diet, scientifically, is probably the illest diet out here. The one when I stick all the way to it, it doesn't include kale. And that's my truth. And I done proved it. But other people, that's not their truth. They still want to eat kale and put kale in their mouth. They still think that the vegetarian protein is the way to go. That's their truth. That's okay. But all truth ain't mine. Nah, player. Leave the YouTube knowledge out in the hallway. Empty the cup. High teachability practice being taught. 10 on 10. Thank you, Carletta. Appreciate that. I needed to go live, but I'm still with the customer. How many of y'all be listening to me while y'all at work? Press 3, because y'all doing the most. You sound like me. This was a good share. Thank you, Shanta. I have a garbage diet. That's your truth. It ain't true for me. Carmen, does that make sense? I appreciate you too, Gwen. Apollo Michaels, salute to you, King. Keep healing out there, brother. Is that it? Okay, good. I'm going to go say prayer and we're going to get on up out of here. See some of y'all y'all watching me while y'all at work. Ooh, I like that right there. Yes, I don't care if it's Uber or whatever. Got me in one ear and the customer on the other. At least you showed up for class, right? Raw kale sucks for everybody, not just your thyroid. Raw cooked, any kale in any form is some garbage. Right, that's the truth. Period. You should stop eating it. I would never write kale in nobody's prescription. Ain't no kale in this whole house. There ain't never been no kale in this whole house. Period. Unless somebody ate some, came in, took a dump in my toilet. That's the only way kale can get in this house. Anabakoa, Gijalakimenka, Tatil Tezara, Kabel Renata, I'm trying Sagvanu, Tahara Nunara, Nagibor, the Shay Yakadeka, Kavava Shamran. Barkham Tyram Rakame, Tazika Taker, Tamid Gamlin, Kasim Kadosh, Baru, Tufka, the hell out of Taker, Yakid Gehalam, Chapanez, or Craig, Tushka Taker, Shavata Nukabel, Ushma, Tazakatanu, Yodea Talamot, Baruksham, Kovo Makuto, Alam Vae. What up, Bria? Right. Well, next time you come on camera, then you can tell me what it is so we won't lose it in typing. You know what I'm saying? Stephanie Lebosov. Who was that, Rolanda? Send me her link in my inbox. Steph, I don't know if that's Stephanie or Stefan Lebosare. Let me know who it is. We link it up and put it together. 1080G, what up, God? Gwen Moss are listening while cooking, driving and listening. I'm working, but I'm at the house. I love it. Okay. I appreciate you. I ain't doing no call to action or nothing. Y'all know about, this is an announcement I'm about to have for those of you who stayed late. I'm about to have these on my new website that I got coming. Quick coaching. That means if you just need 30 minutes of coaching, you can hit me with $75 for 30 minutes. Okay? And then I have human design readings and consultations are $150 for 1 hour. Okay? It's not as expensive as my astrology readings because this ain't my bag yet, but I do know enough to give you way more information than you bargained for. So if you like a human design session, it's $150. Just hit me on my inbox. It's not on the website yet. And then if you want quick coaching, it's $75 for 30 minutes. The website will be up when I get it up. Hey, what can I say? I'm not the best marketer, but I'm going to have the dopest website. You're rocking with Coach K, your spiritual pharmacist. Make it easy, bring it down from high level to eye level. I write the prescription, you feel it, you get better. That's doing is real simple, but I'm helping you on the spiritual path. What does the quick coaching entail? Whatever, but it's only 30 minutes. So if you already got your chart or whatever, like I ain't gonna be rectifying no chart and going through all that. That's really like for people who returning. You just need to holler at Coach for 30 minutes. It'll probably go to 45 minutes, but I promise you it won't go longer than that because I'm going to listen to you while this is empty. I'm gonna let you tell me everything. The time does not start until it's my turn. I'm gonna say, how can I help you? What's going on? Then you're gonna tell me what you want to know and all of that. And then I'm gonna repeat back to you what I heard. And then when you say yes, that's it, I'm gonna turn this over. You'll get 30 minutes of me talking, okay? And that's what my joint says. Time is money. Right. It depends on who you are. It could be $1 a minute, $2 a minute, $3, $4, $5 a minute. Right. But this is the gauge right here. Because I be talking too long and too much sometimes. So, yes. If you need a quick session, 30 to 45 minutes, $75. I ain't pulling up no, I mean, it just depends on what's going on. But normally that's just like a life situation where you need to talk to coach right now. Yeah, talk to coach right now. That's what it is. Talk to coach right now. I'm writing it down. Talk to coach right now. I used to have a phone line up, but then people started trying to be slick, and they'll call me, let their car get charged, and then they will call after it's over and say, and dispute the charges and be like, I don't know who that was. Nah. I'm sharing right now. I don't really feel like I'm coaching. I'm just sharing with everybody. Like, the pharmacy is open. You're supposed to come out there and help the family, help the community. Yes, but I appreciate it if you say I'm coaching right now, I'm coaching right now. But I ain't your mentor. No. Especially you fellas. All right, fam, I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace. Lysandra, why you just getting here?